I'm not a massive fan of Sonic, but I was like...
Containing the rage at the moment.
Hot takes with Ash.
But all of the hot takes.
I mean, do you want to hear something that will probably really upset you then?
Go on then, I'm ready.
I don't necessarily like Sonic, and I don't necessarily like Mario games either. I'm not going to apologise.
Hi, I'm TristaBytes from Antstream Gaming Talk, and today I have with me Ash, who is the tournament manager and an events organiser for OLL Gaming. How are you doing today?
I'm very warm. It's very
It is warm. It
here.
is summer. Okay, whenever you're watching this on YouTube, we had summer in the UK for like 3 days. Okay,
that's it. That's all of summer. It's
that
done
is.
now.
We are now done with it. We've had enough of it, quite frankly. We want to get back into nice air-conditioned rooms to play games again.
Yes, please.
So you get involved with some of the tournaments and also the live events as well for OLO, and you had your first big event earlier on in the year.
We did. It was incredible. It was so stressful in the lead up to it, for John especially, and then actually running the event was an amazing experience. We had so much stuff there. We did basically everything that we do at the cafe in a month, all under one roof over 2 days. So we did a big Smash tournament, we had a quiz, we had all sorts of panels. So Cheesemint were there was panels from YouTubers. Obviously you helped host our stage, which was amazing. And we had all sorts of like local businesses come down. We had Eddie from Last Level Games, Wave Game Studios were there, which are a local game developer, and it was just really an incredible, intense, scary, amazing experience. It's fantastic.
Yeah, setting up an event, it's a lot of work to sort of go into from being involved in a single venue like this.
Especially considering how this is quite a small, like close venue with just such a huge community.
Yeah, small, perfectly formed.
Yeah, and then to have that whole community under one gigantic roof for 2 days, it was just, like, I'm still speechless about it because it was just such a good event. It was, like, as far as I'm aware, incredibly successful. And it was just, yeah, one of those things that's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing that you hope becomes more than once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I think it will be, and I had great fun there. There was loads of interesting things to play and do, a whole range of gaming, from having the Norwich Amiga group there and having like the drawing competition on the Amigas for the kids, all the way through to modern gaming and massive like array of guests and stuff as well. So that was really, really good fun to see. So obviously, gaming, it's kind of a big thing to you.
Very much so, yes. My earliest memory is of me playing Sonic with my mum. So gaming has always been in my life. So like I said, earliest gaming memory is playing Sonic with my mum, by which I mean she was playing Sonic and I was sat on the sofa wishing I could watch something like the Teletubbies, because I was literally that young. But my earliest gaming memory of like gaming for myself is either playing Crash Bandicoot Free Warped on the PlayStation 1, or sitting in my granddad's study, which is actually just my grandparents' garage, playing The Sims 2 on an old grey PC where the tower is literally as tall as I was, on a big CRT monitor, and just sitting there eating cold spaghetti hoops because I'd been so interested in my game that the spaghetti hoops had gone cold.
That's a real problem. Like, I used to get in trouble a lot because I got into a lot of JRPGs. And my poor mother would bring in food, and I would be so engrossed in what I was doing, the food at some point would just be freezing cold, and I'd be like, oh, I'm just eating cold beans on toast, because I can't really kind of go back and ask for these to be heated up again, especially if it wasn't the first time that day. And it's quite easy to do because you just get so engrossed.
But that's the thing, is the only reason I was allowed to eat my spaghetti hoops while I was playing is because if they made me sit at the dinner table, I'd have 3 spoonfuls and be like, okay, I'm done, and then just go back and play. So it was either I eat the cold spaghetti hoops and actually eat, or I just don't eat. So it was, yeah, it's just always been that thing that just catches my obsession so badly.
Yeah. So did you know you'd end up working in a field, like organising events of that scale?
No, absolutely not. When I was in sixth form, I had intended on being a biochemical engineer.
Okay, slightly different. Now, I didn't realise that was where this was. I like the fact that whenever I ask this question, the answers I get are just completely different.
Yeah, I had no idea. I kind of fell into working at OLL because I went through a really cringy time of desperately pretending that I was a really famous YouTuber. So when John first set the cafe up, I think it'd been open about 6 months, I came in with my little phone and my little light and was like, John, I'm a YouTuber, can I film a vlog in here? And John went, oh yeah, sure, do you want to do some content for us? And I was like, okay. And it was, do you also want to work in the cafe? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to work in the cafe.
You can't say no to that. Like, do you want to work in a gaming cafe when you're that age?
Exactly.
It's just like the dream.
It was so, like, it is the dream. That's the thing, because it's one of those things where you think, oh yeah, I'll play games all day, it'll be really cool, I'm surrounded by the stuff I love. It's not. I am still surrounded by the stuff I love, it's just you don't play games all day. There's a lot of computer work that goes into it.
There's a lot of actually looking at the spreadsheets and the non-fun things on computers.
Pressing the button on the coffee machine, that's a big part of it as well. And also, like, Smash tournament organising, so like Super Smash Brothers. We have a really good Super Smash Bros community. It started off on like our fight nights that we do on Mondays with the Smash Melee people, the ones that always get the CRTs out so they can play it on a GameCube the way it's supposed to be played. And it kind of just moved on from there. So when Ultimate came out, we started doing monthly, then fortnightly, and now weekly Smash tournaments, which I help organise. I will admit John does the important bit because John does the seeding. I just shout at a bunch of Smash lads and tell them what to do.
I mean, I think that's just generally how tournaments are run for things like this, to be fair.
Very much.
Lots of shouting, lots of enthusiasm, and lots of rage. As long as they're not throwing the controllers, you're winning.
Yes. I mean, I don't think we've had anyone do that at Smash tournaments yet. There's time. There's still time.
I like that. Yet. The optimal word is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Very much is. But yeah, I personally don't play Smash. I very much prefer playing sort of more single player games, unless if I am playing fighting games, I'm playing things like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, those sort of less party games, more direct fighters. And that's on the very rare occasion that I go to arcades, those are cabinets I go for, are the fighting game ones. And I am that person that will stand there and be like, square up, challenge me. And I don't know why, because I'm so bad at these games. Whereas I get knocked off the cabinets immediately, and then I'm just like, oh, where's the next one?
Just working your way through the kind of machines that way.
Pretty much.
So if you're going to the arcades and you're obviously working in an environment like this, and you're working with people, including people like the Norwich Amiga group, to set up the OLL events and things and have them there, have you gone back and played games from like before your time? Have you played games like old people like me play, is what we're getting at there. There's no point me trying to dress that sentence up.
A few. I really liked, we did a Twitch thing with our partners at Arcade who ran our Twitch stream at OLL22 and called Versus. So it was a bunch of gaming challenges. And the game that I liked the most on that was Gynog, which is very obscure.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not like
thing.
the most well-known one.
But that was the thing, is I genuinely don't really like bullet hell games, but I loved Gynog so much. And then things like I've gone back and played like Mean Bean Machine. Like I've tortured myself through the Sonic games because I'm not a massive fan of Sonic. But I was like, I have to play them because obviously John likes them.
I'm like containing the rage at the moment.
Hot takes with Ash.
But all of the hot takes.
I mean, do you want to hear something that will probably really upset you then?
Go on then, I'm ready.
My favourite Sonic game is Shadow the Hedgehog.
I mean, he didn't say Sonic 06.
Okay, I could not do Sonic 06. I didn't even make it past the first level on Sonic 06. But yeah, my favourite Sonic game is Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's because it came out when I was like an edgy, emo teen.
Yeah, he is edgy the hedgy.
Edgy the hedgy?
He's Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm going to steal that from you because that's brilliant.
This is generally how I've always referred to him.
That's amazing. But yeah, like, so retro games aren't really a thing that I grew up with, but they're a thing that I would be interested in playing more of, because a lot of them are like that kind of single player focus vibe. And if I can get myself focused on something then and just hyperfixate on it, I will just play it for ages. It's just a case of something has to catch my attention.
Yeah, and if you were playing things like Mean Bean Machine and stuff like that, there's loads of single player puzzles and matching games and things. So there's like a whole wealth of things that you could kind of end up playing there. Lots of things like Magical Drop is super cute, and I'm terrible at it, but it's got biscuits. You have to match biscuits on one of the levels. I mean, it's tasty and it's cute, so you've got things like that. There's another one called Minsky's Furbles, which is like a horrific, terrifying Mean Bean Machine, but not, which I play quite a lot, which is just like a really ugly designed version of Mean Bean Machine.
Okay.
I have not yet checked which one came out first, but there's games like that. I'm known for playing Old Poco, where you match these bubbles, and if you don't, the cat drowns. I'm not selling these very well, I feel, at this point, but I swear they're cute and adorable, and there are loads of them. And things like I also have a soft spot for Super Puzzle Fighter, which is Street Fighter but matching coloured games.
I have a soft spot for that one as well, despite not really liking Tetris, but it was more just the fact that they were the Street Fighter characters and I could just play for hours on end.
Yeah, definitely. There's loads of games. So I think there's a wealth of games you're going to discover and things, especially if you keep hanging around with all of the people at OLL, because they are just going to slowly introduce you to more and more things until you eventually love Sonic. I think, you know, your job may be on the line otherwise.
I don't think it will ever happen. That's the thing, is I don't necessarily like Sonic, and I don't necessarily like Mario games either. So I am the worst retro gamer.
All the hot takes are happening here.
I'm not going to apologise.
Unapologetically hot takes. It's the only way to be, really.
Exactly. Especially like when there's so many games, because I came to terms really quickly that I was never going to be able to play all of the games.
Yeah.
So if I don't like a game within like the first hour or so, I will just drop it and not go back to it, because
you give it an hour. That's still like a reasonable amount of time to get the idea of a feel for a game.
Like there are hardly any games where I'll play them for 5 minutes and go, not for me, because I will persevere, and then it hits the hour mark and I'm like, I'm wasting my time on this.
I quite like the ability to just pick up and try lots of games. It's one of the things I do on the Antstream streams that I do with these guys, and you can literally, because all the games are included in it, I just pick things up and literally I can play something for 5 minutes and be like, this is the worst thing I have ever played. Why am I playing a text adventure trying to find Jack the Ripper? Why am I drowning this poor cat? Why am I in the text adventure parody of Star Trek called Star Wreck, and I've accidentally shot a hole through the hull of the ship already? And you can kind of just dive into things, and it's weird because I keep finding things that I'm like, oh, this isn't particularly my thing, and then you're sort of like, no, I've been playing this for 6 hours. Like, clearly this is now my new favourite game, and you get kind of drawn in, and it's nice to be able to sort of dip in and find things that way.
Yeah, that's what I liked about when they started releasing the SNES Mini, the NES Mini, because it had a selection of games on it, and it's one button to change it rather than having to get a cartridge.
Or having to take out a second mortgage and a credit card and then go on eBay and get a cartridge.
Which is actually how I managed to get into Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation Classic, which had like 2 good games on it, 3 if you like Rayman. And that's how I started playing Metal Gear Solid. Is I'd tried it a few times on the PS3 and just never really got into it because I had to sit there and it was a slog. But as soon as I started to get bored with it on the Classic, I'd be like, okay, save state, move on to something else. Yeah. And that something else was always Tekken 3 because that's the best Tekken game.
Yeah, it's a very classic one, quite a common choice, I think, to go for Tekken 3 out of all the Tekkens. But yeah, I think the minis do help with stuff like that. Anything that gives you like a selection of things that you can try out all in one unit, I think is very, very helpful. So have you played any of the other minis? Have you been tempted back? Have you seen like how cute the Mega Drive Mini is and the little SNES Mini?
I'm not a huge fan of the Mega Drive Mini just because it is like, I never really played a lot of Mega Drive games, so I haven't got that drive to like go for it. But I did play, and I actually like coveted the SNES Mini when it came out, because it has Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and that is one of my favourite games to play because it's proto Dark Souls, and despite not liking Dark Souls, I had the version of the game on the Game Boy Advance. I got it from a second-hand store with no manual, like nothing to explain what was going on, and I was just sat there and I could not get past the first enemy on it. And it was the one game where I was like playing it for hours and hours, and I had my Game Boy Advance like a pile of batteries next to me because I would run the batteries down so much just trying to like get past the first level. I think the furthest I've ever got on that game, playing it on all formats, including the re-release on Switch, is like the second level.
Right, but you keep trying. That's the main thing.
That's the thing.
You've tried it on every single platform you could get hold of it.
I'm still no good at it.
But perseverance, I mean, that is often the key with a lot of these games. They were quite brutal, and save states, I think, make a lot of a difference.
They really do.
Yeah, especially for, I mean, I'm time poor is the phrase. Old and busy is the other way of saying it. And I find that save states make a massive difference because I literally would not have time, even if I played a game flawlessly, never dying, to get through a whole game in one sitting, because just there is always something else I need to do. So we've got save states on Andstream, got save states on the minis, and a lot of collections on Steam now also have save states and things. And I find that makes a huge difference to make the games more accessible and just mean that I have the time to kind of go through them as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. I am so coddled by modern gaming culture with like saving and having a map and like a tutorial that tells you what to do. But then part of the like thing that I do like when I play retro games is that challenge of like exploring, and like you've got 3 buttons on the controller, it's not hard to work out what they do. Whereas like with modern games, if they say that you put Fortnite in front of me and say you turn off all of the like prompts and stuff, I'm going to sit there and just play and just there's too many buttons, I can't do it. I need something simple if I'm going to work it out, which is what I really like about like arcadey style games, because they're designed to be simple to pick up and play and then just put down. Yeah,
Definitely, they're kind of good ones that you can just play a little bit of when you just want to be able to do some button bashing and just want to be able to play something a bit simpler.
Exactly.
What kind of old arcadey games have you been drawn to for that?
Mostly fighting games again. Mostly fighting games, or is it Galaga? I really like Galaga for no reason other than the fact that I first learned about the game when they mentioned it in Avengers. And I was like, it sounds so nerdy. I was like, oh my God.
I think you're okay with that here. We're literally filming a gaming interview in a gaming cafe.
But I was literally like, what's Galaga? So I went and Googled it, and they had like, they explained what it was. And I was like, okay, cool. And I may have emulated it slightly. And I just got really addicted to it. I think I spent about 6 months of my life where the only game I played was Galaga.
Really?
And yeah, for no real reason other than the fact it was mentioned in a movie that I like.
Yeah, I was a little bit like that with Tempest. When I discovered Tempest, because it's just a simple grid outline and you just move your ship around it and shoot. And I played it so much I used to dream about it and see levels and things, because I just did nothing but play that game. And they just kind of really, really get into your head. But it sounds like you are a master of Galaga. That's what I'm hearing here.
Oh, I think that is an overestimate of my capabilities.
I think you're now lowballing me on it, because we have that game, which means I can challenge you to play it.
Okay, I'm down. I haven't played it for a while. It will take me a while.
I hear backpedaling or possibly pull shark tactics in order to...
I'm hustling you.
Yeah, this is probably it. Thankfully, there's no actual credits or money on the line, so yeah, we're going to find out. So, Galaga. It's going to happen. We're going to go for a challenge. And we're going to go for double helpings. You've got the 2 ships.
Interesting.
Starts you off with the 2 ships, but you're going to die as soon as one of those ships gets damaged.
Interesting. I will try my hardest.
Do you want to go first, or do you want to go second?
I'm going to go second.
You're going to go second. Right, I keep asking this question. I will never learn. Okay, so I'm going to assume you remember the controls.
I do indeed.
Move, shooty, shooty, and dead. Right, I'm doing that again. I'm going again. I don't accept that. Okay, can I have any chance of winning this challenge? Place your bets now. No! The answer is no. The answer is very much no. So, 160 points.
160 points. I'm sure I can manage that. Big words. Big words.
Okay, confidence. The words sound confident. The facial expressions are not projecting confidence.
I'm manifesting winning.
I just go easy on everyone. That's what it is with these challenges. I just go easy on everyone. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No!
However, the little number at the top of this screen tells me that you have achieved victory.
Yes.
And you have proven that you still have some Galaga skills.
Just about.
That is the main thing. And only half of your spaceship crew has died.
Yeah, that's a bonus, positive thing.
I think that's probably a 50% survival rate. I mean, it's space travel, it's dangerous, isn't it? You know, you open a window for some air, you know, everything goes wrong.
If you're opening a window for air on a spaceship, I don't think you belong on a spaceship.
And that's why NASA turned me down. So now you have proven your prowess at Galaga. If people want to find you, perhaps to challenge you to a follow-up challenge there to see if they can perhaps take you on, where would they find you on social medias and things?
So I am at Quirky Academia on Twitter and Instagram, or if I don't answer you there, you can bother John on the OLL social medias. They are on all social media as OLL Games. Just search that in. We are the first one that comes up.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for talking to me today, and hopefully we will see more of those big events and conventions coming from OLL, because the last one was really good fun, and perhaps some kind of Galaga challenge stand is in order for those next to the Smash tournament. We shall see.
Lovely. Thank you for having me.
It's been really good fun. Thank you again, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.